Bagi urusan rumah anda, hubungi saya, Risdian Isbintara.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you everybody who is joining us today on Risdian Isbintara online live show. I'm Risdian Isbintara, a property agent with ERA Realty Network, and today 17th day of Ramadan fasting, and I'm continuing on my initiative with Nas Weekly. We have Brother Nasrullah of DiscoverDeen, the young founder of DiscoverDeen, which is a lively center, education center in religious studies in Hougang, where they conduct their lessons in English for the children and for the youth. All right. So today we have a topic that is in line with towards the end of Ramadan. Okay, almost over half of Ramadan has passed us this very special month, and we're going to enter the special last 10 nights. So I was thinking, why not today we have Brother Nasrullah with us to expand a bit on the topic so that it benefits you and me at home. And before that, I just want to say, please like and share this video so you benefit somebody in your network, right? Somebody that, so do something kind today, like and share, and then so hopefully we all can benefit from this. Moreover, also to my clients, right, who have sold and buy houses through me, they all, I just want to add more value after buying a house. Is that the end of our relationship? No, I just hope that I can continue to provide additional value. And now today we're going to talk about practices that you can do at home for the Ibadah of the last 10 nights. So over to you, Brother Nasrullah.
Right. So Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. To all the viewers at home. May today's sharing be beneficial for everyone, and first and foremost, may it be beneficial for me, and so comes as a reminder for me. So today, let's see what we can do at our comfortable space at home and prepare ourselves for the last 10 nights, the last 10 precious night of the month that we have been waiting for the past 11 months just to meet this month, and it's going to leave us in about another 13 more days, which is for me, I really feel that sadness, because the vibe, the excitement tu masih ada, cuma kesedihan tu dah start timbul lah, because Ramadan is leaving us, So let's try to utilize last 10 nights and how especially to focus on the last 10 nights. So to start that off, we should try to see from our best of examples, which is from our Prophet Muhammad SAW. His wife narrated that during the last 10 nights, the Prophet Muhammad SAW will strive even harder than the first 20 days. So it means that last 10 nights he will really go all out. Why he will go all out? Because in the last 10 nights, there will be a night whereby that the whole 30 days, the speciality of Ramadan falls on that one special night, where the night of Laylatul Qadr. So the Prophet SAW will strive so hard, do a lot of ibadah to make sure that he get that night. And to also touch on, he does not only strive on his own. So what we're going to share today is about how he strive for himself and also to bring his family on board to get that special night. So in that hadith, the wife of the Prophet ﷺ said that the Prophet ﷺ strive and also wake his family up for the night to do worship, extra worship. So the worship that we're going to touch on today is basically a few worship which we can try to do as a family and also get the reward from it lah. Inshallah.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay. And this last 10 days is extra special. Why? Like training for a marathon, right? I understand, right? Like the first 20 days, kita macam warm up, macam practice session, Like some people, first 10 days a bit weak, right? First few days, not used to not eating, not used to not having their coffee, not used to being in long ibadah with tarawih at night, right? Then slowly it builds up. Now we are past the middle. I think a lot of people have adjusted. The growling tummy in the midday is no longer there, no longer thinking about food, and always looking forward to the ibadah tarawih at night. So the last 10 days is like crossing the finish line, I understand.
Yes.
So the last 10 days that we're going to enter is like when you watch a race, right? When they show the highlight of a race, right? They never show the beginning. They only show what? When the races are all crossing the finish line with the ribbon across,
The
right?
last 100 meters,
The last 100
200
meters, the last few meters, right? And that is the important part of the last 10 days. But before, we wanted to tell us or share with us about the practice of inviting our family over for the last 10 days. Why is the last 10 days important, or the night of Laylatul Qadr? I understand definitely one of the reasons is this is one of the nights when the Quran was revealed. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's important because Allah Himself has said in the Quran about the speciality of the night of Laylatul Qadr, whereby the reward, any actions that have been done during that night, the reward will times 1,000 months. So just imagine 1,000 months is equivalent to 83 years, 4 months. So imagine an example will be, we do a prayer, okay, just simple 2 minutes prayer, 2 units of prayer, 2 rakat of prayer, as if you're praying for 83 years, 4 months. Or we can say you're doing something good by giving food to your neighbor. So imagine you're doing good for 1,000 months. Or you give charity, you sedekah, and the reward is for 1,000 months.
So you're saying not just solat only, right? You are doing something kind,
Yes.
doing something good, smiling to someone, even giving cooked food to your neighbor or to your mother even. That all is multifold.
Yes, because in Islam, anything good is a form of ibadah.
Amalan kira kan?
Yes. So for me, that is why the Prophet ﷺ, from the narrations of the hadith, of the teaching of the Prophet, is telling us that, you know, the first 20 days, what Brother Risdian shared, is to actually get the momentum, to adjust, to be disciplined, to make sure kita in the 8 rakat or the 20 rakat of tarawih, kita dah, you know, our mind, mentality dah stable. Sebab kita dah tak you know, we are not distracted about what going to about kita nak penat, or how lepas tarawih nak makan apa, you know. So because the last 10 nights, the Prophet ﷺ really want us to, you know, make sure we put our full focus on it.
Yep.
And I want to share a very interesting hadith whereby kenapa this last 10 nights, particularly malam Laylatul Qadr, is very special, because there is a narration where the Prophet ﷺ said, sesiapa yang, you know, whoever fast in the month of Ramadan with full of faith, you know, penuh dengan keimanan, you know, basically you just want the reward from Allah, you just want the mercy from Allah, you know, your intention is really pure, you just want for the sake of Allah, Allah will forgive the past sins. So it's a very huge statement coming from the Prophet ﷺ, whereby imagine kita do so much for that 1 month and then just to meet this one night. And if that night kita dapat jumpa with full of you know, sincerity, full of iman and faith towards Allah SWT, whatever wrong, whatever sins that we have, Allah will forgive it.
Dia kira macam lottery lah,
Yeah.
like you hit it big, sweepstake,
So
if you get it,
we need it. We need it. And kita kena faham that umat Nabi Muhammad SAW, our age is very, you know, the Prophet SAW passed away at the age of 63 years old.
Alright.
Whereby the prophets before him, they lived for hundreds of years, you know. So kita have one disadvantage of kita kekurangan masa. We don't have a lot of time in this world, you know, to do a lot of ibadah. So we need this kind of things for us to boost whatever kekurangan kita ada.
Yep.
Because we are manusia and definitely we do mistake. So how to clear all these mistakes? So these are the things that Islam offered us. Allah SWT offered us to show us that Islam is very forgiving and Islam is always there to be fair to us. It's just now, are we going to be fair to ourselves? Are we going to invest our time this last 10 night really we're full of determination and faith to just, you know, connect ourselves to Allah.
Yeah. Exactly. So now that we understand the purpose and the reason behind the last 10 nights, right? So now I think it's the right time to get into the tips and your advice on the practices for the 5 practice tips that we're going to have for you. And number 1 is to strive harder to worship during the last 10 nights and to invite your family members.
Yes. So what can we do? So, you know, the viewers might be thinking, okay, I've already done my tarawih. What more can I've already done my daily Quran recitation. What more can I do? Or I pray in congregation with my parents, with my family. What more can I do? It's actually not about what more you can do. It's about how to make whatever that you have practiced for the last 20 days more solid. I can give an example. Kalau kita solat tarawih 8 rakaat, okay, 8 units. How about kita panjangkan the length of our prayers? Instead of kita baca surah yang pendek-pendek, kita baca surah yang mungkin a little bit longer. You know, kalau Quran, maybe that day, that past 20 days we read 1 page. How about this time we read 2 pages? Or okay, you can read 1 pages plus 1 page of translation, one of tafsir, maybe, you know. And then in terms of zikir, kalau we have a normal routine of zikir, maybe, you know, we practice saying Alhamdulillah, Subhanallah, 30 times every day. Maybe we do more. You know, basically just make whatever that we've been doing solid. Because Allah SWT wants to look at the consistency of our ibadah. It's not about the quantity here. Because in Islam, basically whatever we do is about how we can stay on that path of istiqamah, how to be consistent in whatever we do. Because kita tak nak, you know, the last 10 days we do everything we want. Example, 20 days kita solat rapat, the last 10 days kita solat 20 rakaat. And then after Ramadan, we don't have that energy, we don't have that motivation. Basically, Ramadan is like a school. It wants to build us, change us, and the real thing, the real world will come after Ramadan.
It's like a jumpstart reset the other time we talk about, right? Every time we have 12 months in a year, there'll be 1 month and then that we lose ourselves or we forget our good practices. So Ramadan is like a restart to readjust the lifestyle that we're supposed to lead, whether in terms not only about eating well, eating the right portion, control, resting our stomach, not over-consuming social media as well, but also later on to also make sure we practice our ibadah regularly and our faith.
So basically Ramadan is like pre-season plus the start of a new season.
Understand.
Yep.
So I just want to say thank you Noreen, Abdas and Kak Ina Sultan for joining us today. Thanks for your support. So next, the second thing we want to talk about is your night prayer.
Yep. So night prayer, waking up, not only focusing on yourself, but how you can perform your ibadah during the night time with your family members. Because the Prophet ﷺ did not leave his family members behind. In fact, he waked them up. Because we have to think that we cannot be selfish lah. Okay? We have to bring our loved ones together with us. To Jannah together. So why not get Laylatul Qadr together? Imagine kalau let's say Ahmad Risdian, you have what? You, Kak Shikin and the three boys. 5. So in total up is like 5,000 months of good, all of you combined together. And I mean, we can't get that, you know. So why not? Let's strive together to get that sweetness together, like the sweetness of Ramadan, sweetness of Laylatul Qadr together. And how we can achieve that? Actually, for me, I always had a dream to have a house yang ini bukan pasal he's an agent. It's just that we were talking before this about how we can really utilize our home to, you know, to make sure that kita hidupkan that last 10 nights. So one of the tips that I wish, you know, our viewers can consider is having a specific area for us to really have a connection with Allah. That means we want to know, example, when we want to sleep, do we sleep at the sofa or we go to our bedroom?
We go to our bedroom, we have a bed.
Yes, we have a specific place, right, for us to sleep. For our kids, nak belajar, do they study in the kitchen or they study at the study table?
Preferably study
table, right? So for ibadah, why not we have this mentality whereby, okay, I want to have my ibadah, I want to have my relationship and connection with Allah. Why not I need to prepare a space for me. So when I know, maybe that day I have a bad day, I know when I go to this space at my home, I just feel peace. I just me and God. You know, whenever got to do with Allah, I'm there. You know, when you want to pray, I'm there. And this is something that I think it's a habit that we should try to instill in our homes.
Yeah, I think Kak Ina Sultan, she recently renovate her place. She has now a dedicated space, if I may share with people, to solat. So whenever I come to her place, I find that macam lagi senang also. I see that place, I know, I'm reminded, I need to solat Isya. When I arrive at place, okay, I say, Kak, before we talk further, let me go and do my prayers. Because like you go to that place, you see the sajadah is there, the carpet is there. Say you feel easier lah.
Yes.
To go and solat. Like I feel easier to snack when I see the fridge and the kitchen. Buka masuk, ni my snack punya shelf. I see my potato chip. Very easy to snack. So when I walk into a home like that, like Kak Ina Sultan, she has a dedicated space for a prayer area for about 4 people roughly. So I go like, okay, I want to solat first. I'm reminded, and makes it easier to just solat.
I mean, as a guest, when you have when you come to when you come as a visitor, when you go to a house, I'm sure you have this feeling whereby bila nak minta tumpang solat, you tak akan rasa awkward because the tuan rumah itself dah prepare a space.
Tak macam menyusahkan.
Yes.
She has to take the sejadah out and then go and find a place in the corner of the house to solat. I know it is not achievable for every household. I know some of my clients, some of us out there, my friends are staying in a bit smaller place lah, 3 room, 4 room, right? That you may not have the ruang. So I just want to touch on one of my clients, fascinating. When I walked into the house and they were trying to sell their place, I asked them, why do you want to sell your place? Because I think it's nice, the current 4 room. And I also try to understand punya objective, why or purpose they want something, right? It's not just sell and then buy and then that's it, you know. But I want to understand their purpose. Is it to nak tinggal lagi dekat dengan ibu bapa? Is it to go near, easier for them to go to the workplace because the current place is super inconvenient? These nice couples, the very first line say, Riz, I punya dream I nak ada apa dia pakai? Musola, surau. Dia punya first line. Many customer will say things like, I need more space, I want a bigger place. I always wanted to stay in 2-story house, EF. First thing say, I want to have a surau at home. Tu dia punya impian tau. So I say, Masya Allah, okay. So this current place, not enough space, right? And plus I'm gonna bring my mother and all that. So now this configuration not enough. So I want to sell and then upgrade to a bigger place, executive apartment. And then, so we managed, with that in mind, right, when I searched for that place, I feel like, this is super exciting. I'm excited for them. So when they finally found the place, the right place, and when I visit that, oh my God, they really have a dedicated studies place, musola. I think it's like your dream. You taught me the word mihrab. Mihrab. So they have this carpet, sliding door, ada aircon, ada a book of shelves lah, like your place there, they have like encyclopedia and some Islamic reading, Quran and all that. Then they have the mihrab. That is like super
nice. Those kind of 3D design of the malls, you know,
right? So I just want to pitch in, like, for my friends who are running the renovation business, we have the Medina, and then they have also Fatima Design Studio, FDS, who started with, who are known for this type of pattern lah, right? Middle East punya design, right?
So kind of Islamic kind of theme lah, basically.
Correct. So to touch on the topic, is easier, I guess, when you have a dedicated place to do your night prayer. Sebab kadang-kadang dah malam ni nak bangun, dah lah berat kan? Dah, you have to fight your sleep monster. You have to fight what you ate just now at time iftar, right? So now you got to go and prepare the place. So one thing is maybe prepare the place before you sleep. But you are saying that, in your house, only maybe during this month, kalau tak boleh afford to have a dedicated place for the rest of the year, maybe during this special month, okay, this corner kita ada carpet, maybe ada tempat, ada jug of water or what kan. So ada Quran semua, ada tempat letak Quran tu. That is where a dedicated space, you know, you wake up, ambil wudu, berus gigi apa, that's it, bang. You're gonna solat.
For me, I think it's important because kadang-kadang kalau kita solat kat bilik, next to the, kita mentang sejadah, next to us is the bed.
Okay.
I mean, you know, sometimes it's just like macam solat, and then the vibe is that, okay, after solat, your mentality will be set, okay, I'm just going to my bed. So your intention itu dah macam, kadang-kadang macam ada terlari sikit lah, you know. Okay, I'm just pray, hopefully Allah terima my solat, I'm going back to sleep after this. We haven't even finished the prayer, tapi in our mind we read that, okay, you know, go back to bed. Tapi kalau you have a designated area,
especially outside of your bedroom,
it's actually a bonus for you, whereby when you have that vibes or that setting at your house, automatically bila kita nak need motivation, we go inside that kind of area, that space, you will definitely feel, okay, macam kat masjid, you know, whereby, okay, I'm in a serious place whereby I'm going to really have a connection with Allah right now. So I'm sure the feeling like it, because why? I always dream of that concept at my own house, but Alhamdulillah, Allah has a better plan for me. He gives me a musalla at DiscoverDeen. So whenever I pray at our musalla, I get to, you know, lepaskan my that dream lah. You know, the feeling lain bang, it's just different, whereby ever since COVID, you not access to the mosque pun, you know. Tarawih pun we have limited slots that we can go. So the best place to build a mosque is our own house lah. Dia rumahku, syurgaku. So
bina masjid lah kan, macam-macam orang cakap. So I think actually God gave you something even bigger, right, with this DiscoverDeen, which is at Block 538 Hougang, Street 2, Street 52, right? So for those who have youth and children and looking for a center that conducts their lessons in English, look into our comments and you can contact Brother Nasrullah, all right, and or his team behind DiscoverDeen to inquire more about signing up your kids to this center, DiscoverDeen, right? So that wraps up tip number 2, the night prayers, and then we go on to tip 3, which is you want to mention about Laylatul Qadr.
Yeah. So tip 4, tip 4 with regards to, so now we really know the speciality of Laylatul Qadr, whereby the reward is times 1,000 months. So now what's next? What can I do? How the reward there? How can I spend a small amount of time tapi the reward is a lot? You know, whereby investment, how you can invest a little bit of time tapi this is a guaranteed return of 1,000 months. So I mean, I understand in Singapore kita nak bangun pukul 3, pukul 4 then besok kerja or sekolah, it's going to be tiring for us. So maybe what we can do, sahur sekarang maybe imsak about 5:30 we are done eating. So let's track to 4:30. Because bangun 4:15, wash up, drag yourself up. 4:30 get ready to do some ibadah. Half an hour basically, wake up, do 2, 4, 6 or 8 rakaat of tahajud or the night prayer. Or maybe you want to do hybrid. So you do 4 rakaat of prayers. You do 4 pages of Quran. You do zikir. Okay, whereby the reward will be a lot. Okay, an example will be subhanallah bihamdihi subhanallahil azim. Whereby subhanallah bihamdihi, whereby Allah SWT, the Prophet SAW shares that whoever reads that zikir 100 times, right? It's as if the person free 10 slave, and then Allah will add 100 good to it, 100 goodness for that person, and Allah will remove 100 bad things from that person. So imagine you get that 100 good minus 100 bad times 1,000 months.
Okay. With the zikir or
subhanallah
bihamdihi.
Subhanallah bihamdihi. So imagine with that small thing, with that easy recitation, which will not even take you about 5 seconds or even 10 seconds, saying 100 times might be less than 5 minutes or 10 minutes.
I just want to touch on that yet. I want to welcome Ishahing Isaac and Fihan Abdul Rahim. Thank you for joining us and watching this session with Nas Weekly. We have the founder of DiscoverDeen. So yes, tak semua orang lah kan biasa ngaji, biasa berzikir kan. So Brother Nasrullah said you can start small, you can start short with simple acts like 2 rakats at night, right? You've done 0, right? Same like jogging, right? My wife loves to jog. So same like jogging, you don't straight away start with 5 kilometer jog marathon, right? You can walk 100 meter, or you can start jogging for about 100 meter at first. So you can start with 2 rakaat prayers. The important thing is you're trying. Number 2 also is if you can't read Al-Quran, right? Myself as well, I'm trying to improve. Tapi tak biasa lah. Nak baca 1 pun per day also tak biasa. So you can start with simple zikir, like you say, subhanallah wa bihamdihi. Maybe later on we can write in a comment what you mentioned there, Shikin. Then so that will help starters like
because basically Ramadan is not a phase whereby kita just nak collect as much pahala as I can, as much as I can. After Ramadan, go back to my old bad habits. So basically Ramadan is like a school. Why I emphasize school? Because basically this is the only time whereby kita betul-betul sungguh-sungguh. It's the month whereby automatically lah, whether you're yang selalu baca Quran atau tak baca Quran, atau selalu solat yang tak solat, not judging, tapi Ramadan, whoever lah, regardless of whoever you are, automatically inside yourself tu you ada perasaan macam Ramadan ni, when it comes to Ramadan, lain lah. It's just lain. So what we actually want from Ramadan is that what's after Ramadan. So that night prayer is not just for us to accomplish it in that month of Ramadan, but actually how we can do it every single night throughout the 12 months. Because definitely when we do that, Allah SWT nak kita rasa that sweetness. Because praying at night, especially the last third of the night, is very powerful lah. Orang yang selalu amalkan tahajud, I mean a lot of my grandparents, orang-orang tua, dia orang selalu akan cakap amalkan tahajud. Kita yang young people like myself, we don't really understand until we really feel it. Dia punya nikmat, dia punya blessings behind it is orang yang buat je akan rasa lah. Is beyond explanation lah.
Yeah. So I just want to touch on that. Maybe sometimes we don't have to think so much. Sometimes we have to start doing, then we can feel the nikmat instead of trying to wonder, how am I going to feel? How am I going to do this? Just start, and later on, the benefits and the understanding will come through it. Sometimes, like there was a saying, right? Sometimes you have to do. When you start walking, then the road will appear, right? Then for those of us yang macam want to start afresh, right? Scared, right? And remember that agama is for everybody. It's not only for the good person. It's not an entitlement for just one group of people. It's for everybody. So sometimes the road here when you're walking, and I want to touch on also about environment. Just now you mentioned about creating a place to nak solat ke apa. So like me and my wife also, we rely on the environment a lot when we want to work. That's why we rent an office. Like people say we can actually work at home. Sebagai real estate agent, we can actually work at home, work anywhere. But why I created an office? Because I know there is a dedicated place to work. When I come, when I reach there, I'm not supposed to be doing anything else but work. Right? Because kat situ dah ada siap the white desk and the office chair. We have our files. We have our computer.
Basically, your agent hat is on.
Sets the mindset already. All right, so that will help us as well for those who are starting out or trying to do better. So I think we are going to point number 5.
Number 5, yes.
Yep, which is sedekah, infak.
Sedekah, infak, charity lah, giving. So the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, he is very generous. Tapi his wife share with us that he's more generous in the of Ramadan. Why I didn't put point together with point number 4 in terms of ibadah? Because I want to emphasize the art of giving, the art of sedekah and infak basically. So imagine, okay bang, imagine that night. Sekarang kita nak transfer duit is so easy. It's just less than 1 minute.
Pay now,
yeah.
all that.
So imagine kita donate, kita infak, kita wakaf to anybody, or to any organisation, or to orang-orang kita yang memerlukan. Imagine for the last 10 nights kita donate $1. At the end of the 10 days is $10.
Okay.
Tapi we do that for the 10 consistently 10 nights, and we don't know when is Laylatul Qadr. Tapi we do it, right? High chance that we will definitely get the pahala of Laylatul Qadr, whereby that $1 will times 1,000 months of giving. So the pahala is a lot. And why is it important art of giving? Because kadang-kadang kita kena be thankful. And a part of what Ramadan teach us is about being thankful and being appreciative about what has been given to us.
Right.
Allah has blessed upon us. So now let's take one step further on how we can make other people feel that nikmat. Make other people feel that blessings of having something which is difficult for us to achieve.
Like you are trying to say, like dalam rezeki kita ada rezeki orang lain juga.
Yes, basically. Yeah.
That's how we Islam emphasizes on community, not just one person doing well, but we must make sure that the immediate community exists. Or at least you can start with our family members. They are not left behind when we are doing better. We'll make ada saying also, when you have food, you must make sure that your jiran is not starving as well.
Betul. Because even kita yang consider well to do, and kalau jiran lapar, kita akan disoal. Because Allah dah bless us with that nikmat of having. And then kita sebagai jiran, definitely we have to take care. Mustahil lah you don't know your jiran well to do ke tak. It's impossible you tak akan jumpa your jiran at least once a day or at least week. Definitely you will meet, right? So definitely like what you say lah, we must think about others also lah. And kebanyakan orang rasa bila kita bagi rugi. For me, Allah dah promise lah in the Quran whereby you give, Allah will give more. And orang yang give tu will only understand that feeling of what it means, what Allah meant by Allah will give more. And I'm trying to emphasize whereby this the opportunity to invest in both worlds, both in dunia and akhirat. Dunia, you tolong orang, you help someone, you ease someone's life, you ease someone's punya day-to-day punya burden. In terms of the akhirat point of view, Allah is giving you a guaranteed investment, guaranteed return 1,000 months. Siapa yang tak nak? I mean, for me, I would definitely want. Even if it's as cheap as low as 10 cent, 50 cent, $1, Islam tak pandang kepada the amount lah. It's about the intention.
Sometimes we forget lah. So maybe after this, my wife will remind me to give more. Right, last 10 days to her. No, I'm kidding.
Give isteri pun penting.
Penting. Ya, penting. Betul. Sama bank account. Kita kasih, kita transfer kat dia, sama juga bank account dia. Tak adalah.
That's the blessing.
Ya, betul.
That's the blessing.
Datang balik
Datang balik.
Yeah, okay. So, I think we've covered 5 tips. Alhamdulillah. So, if you just join us late, please feel free to watch the replay. Today, I'm with Brother Nasrullah as part of my Nas Weekly Ventures. Brother Nasrullah is the young founder of DiscoverDeen at Hougang, which is a lively Islamic Relief Center here for the youth and the children. And their classes are conducted in English. So it's in the comment section. If you are interested to inquire more, please do contact him directly. His team is behind the DiscoverDeen. So on that note, I want to say thank you for tuning in, right? So I know it's taken about half an hour here. So I hope it's been beneficial for you. For those who can, please do something kind for me. Like and share so somebody can benefit from this video. So anything else you wanted to
I would like to just invite whoever's watching the live, feel free to yourself down to DiscoverDeen. If you are not here to register your son or your daughter, feel free to visit us, for us to kenal-kenal, and see this wonderful place lah, inshallah. It's a place where I feel that I want parents and I want the community out there to come and explore.
Inshallah, they have plans to expand their curriculum and classes to adults as well one day. So doakan,
inshallah.
Yeah, and then hopefully they'll get there as well. So I know a lot of people are keen to do that. So I won't keep you further. Thank you so much, and I want to wish you selamat berpuasa besok, selamat beribadah for the rest of Ramadan. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bagi urusan rumah anda, hubungi saya Risdian Isbintara.